playing for you at the beginning of the story, almost in a sequence that you could call a prologue. One of the things that most intrigued and delighted me about Paul's script when I first read it is that it seemed to me he told you everything that you needed to know about that man in that moment, engaged in that pursuit, without ever saying a word. And in fact, there was a much longer sequence in the script, and we shot a longer sequence which probably would have sunk the boat if we'd kept it in, but I was delighted by that. It seemed very cheeky to attempt such a thing, but I was delighted by that. And then, you know, a lot of these fellas that were engaged in that worked on their own until they could afford to, till they found a partner or could afford to have a team with them. And if you're working on your own and the essence of your work is to dig a hole in the ground and gouge into that earth with your bare hands in search of something shiny, it's a solitary and almost animalistic way of life. And if you're lucky enough, as Plainview was, to find some of that wealth, just enough that he was looking for, so he could get another plot of land and maybe strike something a little bit bigger the next time, the chances are you're going to have to start using language, essentially as a form of deceit, I suppose. He becomes, you know, part of that great tradition of snakebite remedy salesmen going from town to town trying to convince people that it's a really, really good idea to give up that piece of land that's going to be pillaged by you, very often without any great result. And essentially that ground will probably be unusable thereafter. So he kind of develops a facility with language. I mean, it's as much a question for Paul. Paul created that language very specifically for this story. But it is, as a theme, it's something that's always interested me, I suppose, the idea of as language as a smokescreen, where people have a facility with language, and they use it as a means of not actually saying what's on their mind.